Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA is a national nonprofit working to transform youth and high school sports so that every child has a positive character-building youth sports experience. PCA provides live and online workshops to train double-goal coaches whose first goal is winning and whose second, more important goal is teaching life lessons through sports. PCA also has workshops for parents and high school student-athletes. For more information, please visit positivecoach.org.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Georgia. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Georgia High School Association and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome to North Gwinnett High School for the Soccer Down here. Game of the week on the boys' side. Norcross visiting North Gwinnett. John, set the scene for us.
For Norcross, it's their first match of the year. Head coach is Frank Pitt. He is in his fourth season guiding the Blue Devils. Last season, they went 9-8-1. They were knocked out in the second round of the state tournament, where they had been knocked out 3 of the last 4 years. North Gwinnett, they lost to South Forsyth on Friday night, 2-0. Both goals were scored in the second half, so North Gwinnett comes into this with a record of 0-1. Chris Leone, the head coach of North Gwinnett, he's in his third year of the varsity boys at North Gwinnett. In his first season, led the team to an 8-10-1 record, lost out into the playoff bid to eventual state runner-up South Forsyth. 11-4-1 in 2019, 3-3 in Region 6, 7A, had a plus 17 in goal difference. But the big question for North Gwinnett, graduation. When you lose 2/3 of your output, when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net, 21 of 31 are gone. 7 seniors gone for Norcross. Most of their goals gone as well. Jason, take it away.
Norcross kicks off for us from left to right. Goes out for a throw on the far side. North Gwinnett, the home side, will be moving from right to left. Back to the goalkeeper and played long, Ben Brink. Bulldogs can't find a touch. Midfield scrap settled by Norcross. Touchdown looking for an opportunity. Through ball played in, offside. Rodrigo Ramirez just a little early on his run off the ball.
See the speed early on there for Norcross, trying to get things turned quickly. A little too much on the pass, getting things squared away for Renato Quiroz, trying to get things through for the first opportunity for Norcross.
Brink will take the free kick just outside of his penalty area. Elects to go long into the attacking half. Norcross wins the initial touch. Settles down to Wyatt Wilson. Looks for an option out the right side. Norcross takes it away. Another battle in the middle third, won by North Gwinnett. Norcross steals and tries to break. Evan Smith led the way, but it's taken away from him. Through ball for North Gwinnett. Sliding challenge, doesn't get a touch. Shot, goalkeeper out, cleared off the line. North Gwinnett tries to keep it in the attacking half. They can't do so. Throw for Norcross.
Great defense getting back there for Norcross, covering the goal line as the keeper went out. Good work for them, making sure that the ball would not end up in the back of the net a minute and a half in. So
Carter Gable had come off his line, and he was beaten. He got help from his back line. Christian Trujillo with the clearance. Saves the day for the Blue Devils. Ball's all the way back in the defensive third for the Bulldogs. Ben Brink plays it to midfield, headed away by Evan Smith for Norcross. Bulldogs look for an opportunity down the right side. It's cut back by Mejia. Norcross lets this one ride. Goal kick for the Blue Devils.
You see the Blue Devils coming back in unison there on the back line. 3 of them keeping a very tight line, making sure that they kept North Gwinnett in their sights when it came to that offensive push there, as we're 2.5 minutes in, no score.
Gable takes the goal kick short, played long to midfield by the defender. Goes out for a throw for the Bulldogs. North Gwinnett with the throw into the attacking half. It's headed on by Penagos. Played through Gable off his line.
And what are we calling here?
Did he get
penalty.
a touch on the attacker? He did. Gable commits the foul. Penalty upcoming for the Bulldogs.
3 minutes in, Gable had to make a choice. He went after the ball, but he ended up getting the player, and so it's a chance 3 minutes in for North Gwinnett to get on the board here at Tom Robinson.
The whole sequence started with the junior Juan Penagos. He's going to take this penalty. Gable goes over to talk to his coaching staff. There could be a substitution here. Looks like there will be by Norcross.
So that means that Park will come in. On the flip side, Julian Panache, sorry.
Julian Panache checks in for Norcross to defend this penalty. Rather unorthodox there. 36-48 on the clock. Juan Penagos over the ball. Referee surveys, makes sure the goalkeeper's on his line. Penagos, whistle blows. Approaches with the left foot. Shot. Touch, but not kept out. Penagos finds the back of the net. Bulldogs find a 1-goal lead.
2 goals, 2 assists in 2019. Penagos goes 3 minutes and gets his first goal of the 2020 season.
Norcross changes goalkeeper's back. Panache got both hands on that shot from Penagos. It wasn't a great penalty, but the power gets past him, and North Gwinnett takes the early lead. Gable returns to the game in goal. He's been very aggressive coming off his line. Hasn't made a play either times he's come off his line, and he's given away a penalty in the early going. Norcross tries to string a couple passes together. They can't do it. Bulldogs lead the way out with Jason Withrow. Can't keep possession. Blue Devils recover. Malik Salau driving forward. Out wide to the left. Norcross looking for a cross. 1v1 on the left side. Cross attempt is blocked. It's a corner for the Blue Devils.
Nicely defended there by North Gwinnett as they were trying to get a drive working along the end line to get it inside the 6. Nicely defended there by North Gwinnett and Giovanni Almanza.
Blue Devils to take the corner kick. It's an in-swinger with the right boot on the far side. Comes into the near post. Flicked on. Looks like that's going to be cleared comfortably by the Bulldogs. Can't find Penagos up top. Norcross tries to get another opportunity at it, but they can't. Penagos chasing, forces a bad giveaway. Juan Penagos on the ball now.
Jose Flores tried to clear it, couldn't get anything behind it. Penagos ends up with it, brings it to the top of the 18.
Penagos cuts it back to the top of the 18. Shot was on goal by Pedro Mejia, but it's an easy save by Carter Gable. Gable with the ball in his hands, punts from the top of the 18. 1-0 for the home side, North Gwinnett. Cleared away, North Gwinnett with a chance to recover. They go all the way back to their goalkeeper, Ben Brink.
Frank Neely kind of caught in between ideas for a second and ends up sending it back to Brink for the clearance, but it's going to end up being a Norcross throw, middle third.
Brink out to the right side. It's a Norcross throw. They throw it down the line. Blue Devils trying to get an opportunity here to equalize. Good spin by Christian Trujillo on the left side. Foul called. It'll be a free kick for Norcross about 45 yards from goal. Salau is over it. North Gwinnett sets a high line defending this free kick at the top of their penalty area. Tries to drop it in behind. North Gwinnett drops deeper, heads it away. Recovered by Norcross about 30 yards from goal. Hard challenge, foul committed. This is a more dangerous set-piece opportunity for the Blue Devils.
Foul on Wyatt Wilson there, using the shoulder to try to knock Alex Chimbanda off the ball. He does, but he gets more of the indirect instead of shoulder-to-shoulder contact, plows through him instead, and you get the whistle.
Norcross with a free kick opportunity just over 30 yards from goal. Looks like this is going to be a shot attempt, a three-man wall for the Bulldogs. Right-footed effort well high off the football goalpost, off the top of the football goalpost. Goal kick upcoming for the Bulldogs.
They're going to have to figure out now which direction the wind is blowing a different way.
The flag off the top of the football goalpost was knocked off of that by that free kick attempt.
Hit it absolutely flush.
Goal kick taken short by Brink. It's played back to him. He looks for an option down the right side. It's flicked on, can't be controlled, though, and Norcross with a throw just inside their attacking half.
Trying to get something done with Del Rayo. He was taken down. Back comes North Gwinnett.
Penagos recovers it again for the Bulldogs. Plays it back to bring others into the play. Wyatt Wilson back to Penagos. Penagos, left-footed pass inside to Mejia. Now it's Mejia on it again. Back out to the left. North Gwinnett stringing some passes together. Norcross nearly takes it away, but it's out for a throw for the Bulldogs.
Double teamed over there on the side was Penagos. Could not, but North Gwinnett resets.
Wilson starts it for the Bulldogs. It's played all the way to the left side to Withrow. Back to Withrow down the left. Left-footed cross in. Defender slips. Mejia with a shot. Can't keep it down. Goal kick for Norcross.
What we're seeing here, and we saw it late in the girls' game, and we're seeing players, when they want to try to turn, it's a little slick down there on the field. So we might keep an eye on that just to see how many times you end up having possessions taken away from you because of an idea that ends up slipping in front of you.
It's rained just enough to create a little bit of a layer on the pitch tonight. Norcross with a bad giveaway at midfield.
Luke Grease.
Bulldogs will take the throw at midfield. 31-46 on the clock here in the first half. Bulldogs with an early lead on the penalty kick goal by Juan Penagos. Played inside to Wyatt Wilson at midfield. Tries to spin. He does. Picks out Mejia. Mejia with some nifty footwork. Beats one defender. Closed down. Tackle from behind. Excellently done by Chimbanda. And Chimbanda picks out a pass as well. Norcross with a break. They pick out Oscar Gomez. Gomez down the right side for Ramirez. It's a little too heavy. Good opportunity for the Blue Devils, but it's going to end with a goal kick for the Bulldogs.
And Chimbanda is down in the middle third as he was trying to get that play forward.
Chimbanda made the tackle on Mejia after Mejia had beaten one. Chimbanda with a long recovery run to come in from behind with the tackle. Started the attack, but then he took a hit in the backwash, and he stayed down as Norcross attacked.
Chimbanda was grabbing at his left knee and his left ankle, and the physios are now out for Norcross to take a look at him.
Chimbanda still down on the field as three are out checking on him. 31-06 here in the first half. North Gwinnett with an early lead. And Norcross might have to replace a player in Alex Chimbanda, who's been very influential in the opening stanza.
Deeper roster sent by Norcross here than North Gwinnett, so it will be interesting to see how Norcross looks at this with Frank Pitt in his fourth season here at Norcross, how do you replace Chimbonda, and how does that impact what's going on around you with what Norcross has been doing in the first 9 minutes?
Chimbonda back on his feet. He's walking off under his own power, but he's not very steady. He is able to put weight on that ankle that we were a little concerned about. We'll see if he's going to take a seat for just a bit, but I'm not sure if he will. Looks like he will be replaced now.
Yep.
But Chimbonda's going to come back in fairly quickly, it appears. He's going to get checked out first.
Entering the match for the Blue Devils.
Josh Trevilla, number 12, checking in for 14 Chimbonda.
Trevilla checks into that central midfield role. It's a goal kick for North Gwinnett. Ben Brink will take it. Looks like he's going to elect to go long this time. He's played short a couple of times. Brink with a right-footed blast to midfield. Headed away by Norcross. Trevilla doesn't get a touch on it. Here come the Bulldogs down the middle of the park. Mejia looks for the option down the right. His pass is a little short, and it's cleared away. Throw in for the Bulldogs.
Cleared out of bounds. Throwing dogs.
Throw in about 40 yards from goal, taken quickly by Rodas. Mejia tries to turn. Wilson helps him out. Mejia goes for the back heel. It's tackled away. Here come the Blue Devils on a break.
Trevilla
starts it. Norcross driving through the middle of the field. Long-range shot. Brink was caught flat-footed, but the shot is wide.
Looks like it was the first opportunity for Malik Salau to get his foot into it.
Free kick for the Dogs.
Good effort from Salau. It's a right-footed rip from about 25 yards, and Brink was stepping out and got caught. Could not make a dive on it. Didn't miss by much wide either. Good effort for Norcross as they look for an equalizer. Brink takes the goal kick to midfield. Won by Norcross. They head it down. Unable to regain possession, though. And it's Withrow on the left side for North Gwinnett. Withrow looks for a return ball back from Segura. Can't get it. Norcross with an opportunity down the right side. Dancing down the touchline, it's Rodrigo Ramirez. Tackled away from him. Norcross keeps possession. Back to Grease. Grease with a high ball in. Brink gets a touch to it. Not convincing. Shot blocked at the top of the 18. Del Rayo. Throw in on the far side for Norcross.
Brink just kind of knocked the ball down. There wasn't a whole lot of authority in the punch.
I don't think he was trying to punch. I think he was trying to catch, and he's unable to get both hands on it to control it. Looks like a long throw here coming from the Blue Devils, and it is. It's into the 18. Chested down. Looking for the turn is Gomez. Right-footed ball, top of the 18. Cleared away with the left boot all the way out. North Gwinnett trying to settle it. Withrow's able to turn, but he gives it away. They do regain it for a throw, though.
Throwing dogs.
Rodas was trying to give an overlapping option, but Withrow's pass was a little short. 28-20 left on the clock here in the first half. North Gwinnett with an early goal from Juan Penagos. That's enough to give them the one-goal lead. Down the right side, can't be controlled by Ramirez. Another throw for the Bulldogs.
And you're seeing players continuing to slip on this turf. Del Rayo on the last possession by North Gwinnett. Didn't turn into anything, though, for the Bulldogs.
Trevilla was able to intercept. He starts the opportunity. Good pass from him with the outside of the right foot. Turned quickly by Smith. Looking for an option. He's defended by two on the far side. And he blocks the clearance, but it's a deep throw for the Bulldogs. Throwing on the far side, the right side of the field for North Gwinnett. They clear, but not all the way out. Norcross keeps it in the final third. Chipped in. Good defensive work by Frank Neely. Throw for the Blue Devils about 20 yards from goal.
Salau tried to chest it down to get control of it and spin to his right, but it ends up going off of his chest and out of play.
Returning to the match.
Substitution for Norcross. Chimbonda returning to the match. Blue Devils will be very happy to see him, especially on this long throw that's about to be played into the 18. Gets to the near post. Neely wins the header. North Gwinnett's able to clear their lines, but it's not all the way out of the final third. Good pressure from Norcross. They take it away from Mejia, and they start another opportunity down the right this time. Tackled away. Mejia recovers it. Wyatt Wilson starts the opportunity for the Bulldogs. Penagos, the goal scorer, down the left. Plays it down the line to Jason Withrow. Withrow, good left-footed cross. Header on, wide.
Shots just wide.
Great work there, sending it into Damian Segura. Segura tried to get some authority behind it with the flick, with the head and the neck and the whole torso turning to the right. It just ends up being wide. Great chance there for North Gwinnett.
Sophomore Damian Segura with a nice header off of the cross from Withrow. Couple of substitutions for Norcross. Looked like they were turning the game around just a little bit, but that's a dangerous opportunity for the Bulldogs. It goes wide. Goal kick taken to midfield by Carter Gable. Blue Devils try to get control on the left. They look for an option down the left side. North Gwinnett recovers and goes all the way back to reset with Ben Brink. Goalkeeper Brink. Long clearance to midfield. Norcross wins the initial header. Wilson settles it down for the Bulldogs.
Gomez got into Brink's line of sight as he tried to send it forward to kind of interrupt things a little bit.
Del Rayo with a touch for Norcross, but they can't regain possession. They eventually do with a throw on the far side at midfield.
Del Rayo, two-time captain, started at right back as a sophomore for Norcross, but he's transitioned to that role in the center midfield over the last 2 years that we've seen him here in Gwinnett County.
Throw it midfield for the Blue Devils. That's down the line as Norcross tries to get it around the left side. Sliding challenge. No foul called. It'll be a throw-in for Norcross, but as we've seen with this long throw, it's as good as a set piece. It's as good as a free kick.
We're seeing Salau trying to get some stuff done over there on the far side, working his way down his left channel, causing some trouble for North Gwinnett.
Goes all the way back to midfield for Norcross. Chimbanda keeps it moving. Defender slips. Opportunity for North Gwinnett.
Numbers.
3-on-2 break for the Bulldogs. Played inside. Tackled away. Unable to get the shot is Mejia. And it's cleared by Chimbanda.
The touch by Penagos didn't have enough on it, and that gave the Norcross defense the chance to get back and even things up and get the ball away.
Withrow tries to turn, play Mejia in. He can't get on the end of it. Segura was chasing that one as well. It ends up being a throw for the Blue Devils. Dangerous opportunity. It's another slip that creates it for North Gwinnett.
Second big one that we've seen so far in the first 17, 18 minutes or so. We'll keep track of that.
Looking for options. Not really anything presenting itself for the Blue Devils. Header won by North Gwinnett. Penagos tries to head it down to Withrow. They win a throw. Withrow to take. Now he's going to leave it. Rodas takes it instead. Rodas throws it across to Wyatt Wilson. Wilson switches fields to the right side. Nobody home. Sebastian, the senior forward on the far side, unable to get on the end of that ball.
Looked like the ball kind of took off on him as he made contact with it and just kind of rocketed off of his foot.
Norcross gives it away in the middle third. Turned by Segura. He comes back to Wilson. Now it's back to Segura. Looking for the through ball. Can't find it. Tries to cut back. It's tackled away from him by Del Rayo.
Foul there on Wyatt Wilson.
It's a smart foul by Wilson as Chimbanda was trying to start a break for the Blue Devils.
Free kick.
Free kick taken inside the defensive half for Norcross. 22.5 left. North Gwinnett leading 1-0.
Throw in North Gwinnett.
A little bit of a discussion on who should have had that throw. North Gwinnett gets it. Rodas takes it short. Wilson back to Rodas. And now North Gwinnett trying to string some passes together and spring Withrow down the left. Cleared away instead.
Jake Locker nicely done.
Jake Locker, substitute in the match now with a clearance. It's going to be a throw for Marvin Rodas. Rodas looks for the run in behind the back line. Can't control that. It's going to be a goal kick.
Was looking for Sebastian there, who tried to settle it with his right. It ends up knocking into the corner flag. So it'll be a goal kick now, since Connor Sebastian was the last one, the senior forward, to touch for North Gwinnett.
Another substitution for Norcross as they try to get some fresh legs in up top.
Alexis Castellanos, number 21, checking in.
Long goal kick taken by Gable. Headed on by Segura, but eventually won by Trujillo in the back for Norcross. Trujillo again, good turn, earns a free kick. Foul committed by Penagos. Good interception by North Gwinnett. Pass came up a little bit short, but they can't get control. Wyatt Wilson at midfield beats one on the dribble. Wilson tucks it inside to Penagos, tackled away from him. Rodas lets it ride. Wilson now on it down the left. Wilson, another tricky dribble, beats one. Dribbles himself into some trouble, gets help from Withrow. Withrow just chips it in. Nobody home. Carter Gable with both hands controls it.
Got past Josh Trevilla that time and then tried to figure out what he could do with it from there. Sent it backwards, but it was an easy pickup that time for Carter Gable.
Trujillo with a long pass to midfield. Del Rayo looks for a ball over the top.
Stayed in,
but it's too much to get on the end of. Has to be cleared away by the Bulldogs. Throw about 20 yards from goal on the far side. Blue Devils throw it in down the line. Played back and cleared. The cross attempt was blocked. Another throw for the Blue Devils.
Good work that time by Frank Neely to keep the opportunity from outside of the box.
Far side throw. Norcross can't keep control. Cross comes in from deep. Not headed away convincingly, but it falls right to Ben Brink.
Daniel Walsh won the joust. It goes backwards to Brink. Brink hangs on to it. The senior 9-3-1 last year with a goals against of just over 0.7, about 3/4 a goal a game average.
Bulldogs try to build up out of the back. They go back to Brink after he rolled it out initially to Walsh. Looking for options down the right side. It's tackled away, but North Gwinnett recovers. On the dribble, beating a couple of Blue Devils, coming all the way across the field before it's chipped in, looking for Withrow.
Nicely done by
Gable
Almanza.
off his line, nearly outside the 18, but he backs up and gathers it.
Yep, just enough space to shield everybody off.
Gable's been very aggressive coming off his line. That time he got it right. Chimbanda heads the punt on, but it's too much for anyone to control. It's over Salau. That's going to be a throw for North Gwinnett.
Substitutions coming in for North Gwinnett. Joe West making his first appearance, as does Cody Leach, the junior defender, and Joe West, both junior defenders.
Couple of substitutions for the Bulldogs at 18:30 left here in the first half. Juan Penagos' penalty is the difference right now, and Penagos takes a pass away. Can he keep it in on the far side? No, he can't. He runs out of real estate.
Great idea anticipating there, but he couldn't hang on to it. The heavy touch off of the first escape from the Norcross defense.
But now Penagos comes back into the play, wins it again, tackled away by a couple of Blue Devils, but Penagos earns that throw in a deep position for the Bulldogs.
Great physicality there by Penagos on the swim move to keep possession for North Gwinnett. Really active in the offensive third for the Bulldogs.
Long throw coming up now for the Bulldogs. Looks like that's Cody Leach.
Yep.
Backed all the way up on the track. Long throw into the 18, looking for the near post flick on. It's headed away by Trujillo. Bulldogs keep possession. Turned by Withrow. Withrow out wide to Mejia. Mejia dribbles in, cuts to the right foot, shot to the near post, beats Gable, but it's wide.
Shots just wide.
Goes in between two Norcross defenders there with that chance. Mejia 2 goals and 2 assists back in 2019. Just missed his first opportunity 23 minutes in 2020.
The senior number 10 for the Bulldogs, Pedro Mejia, has been very dangerous in 1v1 opportunities tonight. beat the goalkeeper with that shot, but could not find anything inside of that near post.
Here comes the freshman wave for North Gwinnett. Number 15, Connor Pettis, Kyle Black, both freshman midfielders, and freshman defender Ryan Williams, number 22, for the Bulldogs.
We'll see how long of a run the freshmen get. 1-goal lead for the Bulldogs. Under pressure, Del Reo is able to pick out a pass.
Good work.
Brink comes outside the 18 to clear. Smart decision from the goalkeeper, Brink. It's a throw for the Blue Devils about 40 yards from goal.
Salau was going up against 2 Bulldog defenders that time. Brink ended up being the third to clear.
Throwing down the line. North Gwinnett's able to defend. They give away another throw, this time about 15 yards from goal. Thrown to the edge of the area. Comes back inside. Got to get that clearance right, and they don't. Shot on by Norcross. It's wide. Walsh could not get, Leach could not get control of that clearance. Falls to a Norcross player at the top of the 18. A wild shot attempt goes wide.
Del Reo had that left, but he just ended up pulling it on the follow-through and pulls it wide to the keeper's left. Goal kick.
Brink takes the goal kick short. North Gwinnett tries to build up an attack here through Daniel Walsh. He goes back to Brink. Brink slips on the long pass, but it's okay. Mejia is able to chest it down. Gives it away with the pass. Norcross tries to attack through Martinez Yanez. Tackled away. Luke Grease tries to drive down the right side, but it's tackled away by Mejia.
Nicely done by North Gwinnett to defend, to quell that offensive run.
Grease's throw is headed away by Walsh. Withrow pops it up into the air. Mejia heads it away. No one can get control here. Withrow tries to turn. His pass is blocked by Trevia. Throw in for the Bulldogs about 30 yards from their own goal. Clearance by Leach. Headed on, but right to Christian Trujillo, the Norcross center back. Del Reo becoming more influential for the Blue Devils. Picks out a pass down the left. Chimbanda with a run. He doesn't get it. Cut inside and tackled away. Mejia tries to settle it. Trevia takes it away from him for Norcross. Blue Devils gaining some confidence late in the first half.
Yeah, you're seeing that confidence that you mentioned. And it's in the passing and in the forcefulness behind the passing, the assurance that they have that the connection is going to be there.
They box North Gwinnett in on the far side, and they earn a throw. Blue Devils throw. They take it quickly, looking for an opportunity to attack. Too long. Good defensive shielding on the far side. Okay. Goal kick upcoming for the Bulldogs.
And we're seeing that on both sides. Great shielding in moments when you really need it at the back. You're seeing great defensive work as that last line has to be there at a particular moment. You're seeing that so far in the first 27 minutes.
Physical play without being reckless, not risking a free kick. Brink takes the goal kick into the attacking half. Mejia tries to get a header. Norcross ends up settling it down. Del Reo. And cleared by the Blue Devils. Touched away by Walsh, but here come the Blue Devils again. Trevia gets on the end of it. Touches it out wide. Norcross keeps it in. And tackled away. Good work by the Bulldogs. Not enough speed there to turn the corner and beat Luke Grease. But throw for North Gwinnett.
Connor Pettis, the freshman, getting his first run. Had a chance down the near side, but you mentioned Luke Grease. He's right there with it to make sure that any momentum that North Gwinnett had get knocked out of bounds for the throw.
Leach looking for another throw. About 4 lanes back on the track. And brings it in right to the penalty spot. Headed down. It's not out. Challenge. Dangerous challenge. No penalty called. It's another throw-in opportunity for Leach. Pettis got a touch there, but wasn't able to turn. Didn't draw enough contact to get a penalty shout.
Let's see what Leach has in mind now.
Leach, a little bit to the top of the 18 this time. And it's headed away by the Blue Devils as they try to clear their lines. Chipped back in by North Gwinnett. Good defensive work by Norcross, and they try to release Chimbanda down the left.
Skylar Burke that time getting some great defensive work in to add to what we've seen from Norcross so far.
North Gwinnett recovers, though, and they try to attack down their right. Chimbonda on it to intercept for Norcross. They try to play through the middle. Heavy contact, no foul called. 2 sliding challenges. Ball falls for Norcross.
Looked like Evan Smith was in that first one-on-one.
Martinez Yanez ended up settling it down for the Blue Devils. They try to turn, but North Gwinnett pressing up very high, making it difficult for Norcross to clear their half.
Segura right there is a part of that.
They eventually do, but it goes all the way back to goalkeeper Ben Brink. He's able to help North Gwinnett catch their breath with 11 and a half minutes left in the first half. Punt by Brink into the attacking half. Chimbonda can't get on the end of it, but Norcross is able to clear. Blue Devils playing 3 up top now as they try to get a little more direct at times. Unable to find the connection. Josh Trevilla can't settle it. He's shielded off. Damian Seguro with good defensive work for the Bulldogs earns a throw. Withrow turns inside. His pass is blocked. Pettis can't get there. Norcross tries to get out of the middle third, and they can't so far. They might now. Looking for an option down the right side. David Martinez Yanez chasing. He earns a throw for Norcross.
Castellanos putting in quality minutes there. Nice touch to get the ball to Martinez Yanez down the near side. Substitution now for Norcross. Ernesto Chico, 23, coming in. Luke Grease will take a seat as we're getting close to the halfway to 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
Throw in deep in the corner. I think they're going to leave this for Chico, who's just checked in. Chico about 15 yards from the end line on the near side. Takes a couple steps back. Thinks about the long throw. Doesn't like what he sees. Tries again. Nobody home. Cleared straight up into the air. Not a good clearance by North Gwinnett. Chico's able to settle. Plays it inside. Norcross looking for options. They go backwards to Chico again. Mejia gets a touch. Chimbonda settles it, though, for the Blue Devils and earns a free kick.
Looks like the foul that time on Kyle Black, one of the freshmen for North Gwinnett. Let's see what Norcross has in mind here.
Alex Chimbonda recovered that ball, earned the free kick, and this is a dangerous one for the Blue Devils. About 35 yards from goal. It's probably outside of Ernesto Chico's range, but he's going to chip that into the backside. Too much. It's over everyone. Trujillo watches it ride. Throw in on the far side for North Gwinnett.
Substitutions back in for North Gwinnett.
Subs for the Dogs. Number 3, Wyatt Wilson.
Wyatt Wilson back in.
Number 17, Coleman Sebastian.
And Coleman Sebastian back in for North Gwinnett, the senior forward. Sitting right now, Jason Withrow.
Throw in taken backwards by North Gwinnett. Clearance touched on by Norcross, and they try to settle it in the middle third. Get a help from a deflection, and they get a throw on the far side.
Del Rayo and Jake Locker combining there before Locker could send it forward to set up the throw for Norcross.
Chimbonda can't get on the end of it, but Norcross keeps it in the attacking half. They earn another throw.
Joe West tried to take a big swing there with his right boot.
North Gwinnett struggling to clear their defensive half. Skylar Burke takes the throw. Chico looking for options, goes back to Burke. Sliding challenge on the far side. It's going to be a corner kick for Norcross.
Another opportunity for Alexis Castellanos to try to get something done offensively. You're seeing Castellanos and Burke and Salau all trying to get things done with that front line for Norcross.
In-swinging corner kick from the far side to the near post. Cleared away. Going to be another opportunity on that far side.
Corner kick's deflected out. We're going to do it again.
Norcross going to give this another try. See if it's a different type of delivery this time. It's further back to the penalty spot. Flicked on. Trujillo with a half volley. Doesn't really get much of it, and it's blocked. North Gwinnett tries to get on the end of it. Pettis slides in but can't get there. The challenge does force a wayward clearance all the way back to Brink, but we have a whistle for the foul on that sliding attempt by Pettis.
Free
He lifted his boot just a bit, might have shown his studs. Gets a talking to from the referee, and Norcross will get a free kick just inside their own half.
Yeah, Jake Locker was wondering about that and kind of petitioned a little bit, and he did get the whistle, and we're going to work it backwards. Under 7 minutes to go first half.
It's good control of the match from the referee. It's a reckless challenge, and if you start letting those go, things can ramp up a bit from there. Free kick taken, headed away at the penalty spot by North Gwinnett. Norcross back on it again, though. They're winning every second ball here late in the first half. Another foul. This is another free kick opportunity for Norcross. A grab as Castellanos tries to turn for the Blue Devils.
Kyle Black called on that one as Castellanos was trying to spin to his right down here to the near side and near corner, but it looks like Chimbanda and Ernesto Chico are talking this one over.
Chico has a plan. He's giving that plan to Chimbanda. We'll see if the plan comes off. A lot of gesturing by Ernesto Chico. Let's see if he can deliver with this right-footed chip. Backside, it's headed on, back down. Shot attempt is blocked and cleared about 10 yards from goal. But again, Norcross recovers it. Headed away by Walsh. Norcross trying to settle it. Back heel attempt. Can the player get there? Gets there. Doesn't get the foul. Martinez Yanez cuts inside. Nice left-footed ball from him, but Ben Brink is there.
Del Rayo with that sweeping back heel got everything started. Castellanos got involved, and it was just a little ahead of Malik Salau.
It's all the way back to Brink under pressure. Right-footed clearance. He has to concede the throw-in. Norcross is pretty dominant right now and late in the first half, but they're not getting the shots on goal to show for it. Trevilla gets a touch, keeps it moving for Norcross. Defended tightly by Wyatt Wilson.
Well done by Del Rayo.
Del Rayo spins away from trouble. Chimbanda pulls it back. Goes all the way back to Christian Trujillo at midfield. Trujillo pulls it back to the left side. Chips it into the midway line. Shot long and high. Brink doesn't have to make the save. Goal kick for the Bulldogs.
Another great run there for Norcross offensively. Sub now coming back in for North Gwinnett.
Number 9, Juan
Panagos back in for North Gwinnett. But honestly, Jason, as we've been looking here at the first half, and we're under 4.5 to go here, ever since Panagos got the PK, I think that Norcross has really settled into the game. They just haven't had the opportunity really to get that one good shot on net.
Norcross has been very good in the middle third. They've been very good to enter the final third, but they're not getting any final product to test Ben Brink, the senior goalkeeper for North Gwinnett. He's got the clean sheet so far, 36-plus into the first half. Just under 4 minutes left. Norcross takes a free kick inside their own half. Challenged by Rodas, and North Gwinnett gets on it. It's Sebastian all the way back, but it's picked off by Josh Trevilla. Played in by Martinez Yanez. Cleared away by North Gwinnett, but it's only as far as Christian Trujillo at midfield. Wilson gets a touch. Falls to Ernesto Chico. Chico's able to get control. Plays it up. Back, looking for the run of Chimbanda. Chimbanda pulls it back, looking for an option.
Good
Cuts
work.
Through two. Chimbanda still on it. Plays it to Trevilla. Trevilla with a shot right at Ben Brink.
Ben Brink.
Great individual effort that time by Chimbanda to work it into the middle, right toward the top of the box. But Trevilla with the right on. It was a nice grounder, easily picked up that time by Ben Brink.
Brink with the comfortable save. Punt to midfield. Easily gathered in by the Blue Devils. 2:45 left. Norcross trying to find an equalizer before the halftime whistle. Chico splits two with a pass. Norcross starting to find some combinations through the middle of the field. But Del Rayo's forced out. Defensive work by Coleman Sebastian. North Gwinnett has to go backwards. Under pressure. Alexis Castellanos chases on. Walsh goes back to Brink. Brink with the long clear. Trujillo missed on the first attempt, but it falls to Del Rayo. Tackled away from Del Rey by Wyatt Wilson, junior midfielder for North Gwinnett. Smothering from Norcross. There's just no opportunities to go forward for North Gwinnett. Brink with a long clearance out for a throw. 1:50 left in the first half. Throw in back to Norcross. Falls to Del Rey. Chimbonda tries to head it on. Gets the foul called. Delayed whistle that time. Maybe looking for an advantage call.
Kyle Black on that one.
Chimbonda throwing his body around. He gets another free kick. He's earned 3 or 4 fouls here in the first half. This one's about 35 yards from goal. It's Chimbonda over it this time. North Gwinnett drops almost everyone back to defend.
Ernesto Chico directing traffic again. Chimbonda double clutches, sends it forward.
Chips it in, headed on. Easy save by Brink. Poor defending by North Gwinnett. Wide open header, 12 yards from goal.
And he wasn't the only individual that was wide open. Had the ball fallen his way, here comes North Gwinnett again.
Chico can't win the header. Pettis keeps it moving for the Bulldogs. Sebastian with the chip, looking for Penagos. Has to be cleared out for a corner kick. Skylar Burke cleans it up for the Blue Devils, but that's a great ball from Coleman Sebastian, the senior who's moved over to the left side here late in the first half for the Bulldogs.
Up over the top of everyone looking for some help at the back post, but Skylar Burke there to clean it up to set up the corner as we're under 30 seconds.
Left-footed corner in swinging to the top of the 6. Headed on by Trujillo. Shot attempt is wide. It's not cleared out. Rebounded shot attempt is over the bar.
Rodas had a chance, and then Ryan Williams, the other freshman defender coming in on the overlap, had the opportunity there as the first half really is going to come to a close with a 1-0 lead for North Gwinnett.
That shot from Ryan Williams. Don't know if he expected that to fall to him. One of the best chances of the first half, but it's Juan Penagos, the junior forward for North Gwinnett. His penalty very early on gives the Bulldogs a 1-goal lead at the halftime break. We're going to take a quick break along with the players. We'll be back with a little more on both of these teams here in just a bit. Thanks for listening to Norcross at North Gwinnett on the Soccer Down Here network.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Georgia did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
One in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, contact my friend Steve Apolinski of Apolinski & Associates. He's been representing individuals for over 30 years throughout Georgia and Alabama. Email him at steve@aa-legal.com or call him 24/7 at 404-377-9191. The initial consultation is free.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Georgia did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
We know that every driver is different, and a one-size policy does not fit all. That's why Country Financial offers a variety of discounts, so you get the coverage you need and the savings you deserve. From good driver to good student, multi-policy to multi-car, we've got a discount to suit every driver. Call Jason Wright at 678-568-6871 today to see what you could save. On Facebook at Jason Wright Agency or by phone at 678-568-6871. Discounts vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, or Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Welcome back to North Gwinnett High School. The Bulldogs lead Norcross 1-0 on a goal from Juan Penagos early in the first half. Thanks to everybody who's checked out our first high school game of the week. In the girls' match, the home team, North Gwinnett, scored early in the first half and have been able to hold that one off. They take the 1-0 lead.
Dylan Lambert got the goal in the girls' game to give them the win as they're defending their 7A title. And in this one, it was a penalty in the third minute. We had a goalkeeper change, which was unique.
That might be the first time I've seen that one. Carter Gable, who committed the foul, stepped off for the penalty.
And Panache came in.
And he got both hands on the shot from Penagos, but not enough to keep it out. And then Gable returned before action restarted. That's a new one.
Yeah, it is a new one for me. I'm used to seeing goalie changes for penalty kick situations when you get past 120 minutes and things like that, but this is the first time I've seen something like that. Last year, 2019, reminder, Penagos had 2 goals and 2 assists. He is one of the leading goal returners for North Gwinnett because of graduation from 2019. Just to give you an idea, only 10 goals returned for North Gwinnett, and Penagos had 2 of them last year, and he gets his first in 2020 only 3 minutes in.
Penagos, obviously the goal scorer, stood out in the first half. Pedro Mejia, very dangerous for the Bulldogs. Multiple opportunities for him. Coleman Sebastian with a great cross late. Who stood out on the Norcross side for you?
Well, other than the suffocating defense that we got to see and them doubling back if they would lose possession, trying to clamp back and get the ball as quickly as possible. You see folks like Del Rayo, who has been tremendous in the middle of the field. You see someone like Chimbanda, who has come in after his early injury, came back and has been trying to dominate play and draw some fouls there as well. You saw Alexis Castellanos put in quality minutes up top, trying to get things done up front as well. So, you mentioned folks like Salau doing things over, as we were looking at it, over on the far side, as he was trying to work down his left-hand side. So those were a couple of guys that stood out to me in the first 40.
Team starting to warm up, getting ready for the second half. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with second half action from North Gwinnett High School right after this.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Georgia. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Georgia High School Association and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA is a national nonprofit working to transform youth and high school sports so that every child has a positive character-building youth sports experience. PCA provides live and online workshops to train double-goal coaches whose first goal is winning and whose second, more important goal is teaching life lessons through sports. PCA also has workshops for parents and high school student athletes. For more information, please visit positivecoach.org.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yep, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Welcome back. Second half action about to get started here at North Gwinnett High School. Alongside John Nelson, I'm Jason Longshore. Soccer Down here, game of the week, week 1. Where are we at next, John?
Right now, it's looking like Lambert and McIntosh, and it's going to be good to catch up with action in the Southern Crescent. McIntosh, perennial power on the boys and girls side. It'll be good to catch up with what's going on with the Chiefs and everybody down there.
And you will likely have Jessica Charman with you on the call next week.
Because?
Waiting on some final confirmation, but Atlanta United will be playing Leones Negros in a preseason friendly, the last preseason friendly for the Five Stripes next Tuesday night, and broadcast plans are materializing.
But before those plans finally materialize, there is another game for Atlanta United that we will be paying attention to this weekend.
Yeah, we'll be talking about all of that this week on Soccer Down here. Make sure you're listening every morning, 9 to 11. We'll be getting you set for Birmingham Legion hosting Atlanta United on Saturday. You can check that out on Birmingham Legion's website. They will have a stream. We will have a radio call, myself and Mike Conti, on 92.9 The Game, on radio.com, on the Atlanta United app. Full pregame and postgame coverage. It'll all start at 4 o'clock Eastern on Saturday afternoon, live from Birmingham.
And we're also less than a month away from the beginning of the regular season and welcoming a new club to MLS for Atlanta United.
We headed up to Nashville for the MLS opener on February 29th. There's CONCACAF Champions League action before that. You'll be able to hear all of the CONCACAF Champions League action on 92.9 The Game and radio.com and the Atlanta United app. Norcross back on the field. North Gwinnett getting pumped up for the second half. They're going to need to get pumped up after the Blue Devils really took control of that match but couldn't find an equalizer as the first half wore on.
Yeah, I think after the penalty kick, it's the point that we made in the first 40 minutes. I think Norcross grew into the game. They were suffocating defensively. They were trying to take advantage of turnovers, and they could get it just to the point to where you had some shots on net, but nothing made it into the back of the net, and that's obviously what Norcross is trying to fix coming into the second 40 minutes. Reminder, if you're looking at postseasons, Norcross trying to compete for a region title, get past the second round of the playoffs, which they've done 2 of the last 3 years. North Gwinnett last season missed the state playoffs despite an 11-win season in 2019, losing the wrong games in region play, penalty kicks coming up short in tiebreakers, things like that. But you're looking at a good first step after the first 40 minutes with a 1-0 lead.
And we're underway with 40 more minutes of action here in the second half. North Gwinnett moving from left to right on your radio dial. Always wanted to say that.
There you go.
Norcross moving from right to left. North Gwinnett with the clearance. They've had a goalkeeper change as well. We'll get that for you here in just a minute. North Gwinnett gets on the ball in midfield. Damian Segura goes backwards all the way to the right side now. Giovanni Almanza. Almanza with a big right-footed ball looking for the option over the top to Mejia. Norcross wins it. Josh Trevilla, strong first half from him. He gets to start in the second. Midfield battle between both of these teams. Wayward kick brings down a North Gwinnett player.
Jason
Free kick for the
Withrow.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, Jason Withrow down for North Gwinnett. Trying to get the feeling back in that left leg after the kick. In net for North Gwinnett is Parker Pierce, 0-0, 3-1 in 2019 with a 1.24 goals against average.
It's early in the season. It's a non-region match. We saw the Bulldogs girls team do the same thing. Goalkeeper split it. They kept a clean sheet. Can Parker Pierce come in and get the save for Ben Brink here in the second half for the Bulldogs? Not if Osvaldo Del Rio has anything to say about it for Norcross. He plays the ball down the right side. Cross blocked. It'll be a corner for the Blue Devils early here in the second half.
You mentioned how these are county rivals. Last season it was the first match for Norcross, and it was a 2-1 overtime loss to North Gwinnett for Norcross. So looking to reverse that fortune here in 2020.
Blue Devils with a corner kick from the far side. It'll be swinging away from Parker Pierce.
That is a crowded goal line right now.
It's kind of the new plan on corners. You're seeing a lot of teams do this where they just pack everybody inside the 6 and then step out. They can't get on the end of it, but it's back to the top of the 18. Shot attempt is a whiff from Skylar Burke. Here come the Bulldogs down the right side. Alamanza carries it forward. Switch with the left foot, but it's cleared away by Norcross. Opportunity for Norcross to get on the end of that.
Burke again.
Unable to get there, but a poor clearance by Pierce.
Well done by Neely to get it out.
Poor clearance from Pierce caught Salau by surprise. He wasn't able to do anything with it. Penagos down the left side for North Gwinnett. They enter the final third. Step over, left-footed cross in, cleared away. Whistle blown. That's going to be a throw for North Gwinnett deep in the final third.
Nicely done there by Jake Locker to get his foot in the way there and send it out for a throw on a dangerous situation by North Gwinnett.
Throw in for Penagos. He can't control to keep it, but his pressure does force a turnover. Throw in for the Bulldogs. It's back to Penagos in the corner. Penagos was offside when he received that pass back, and it's a free kick for the Blue Devils. Shout out to our soccer friend Joe Bost out there listening to the action tonight.
Greetings, Joe Bost.
Norcross with a deep free kick. 36-10 left on the clock. Blue Devils trailing 1-0. Header falls to Chimbanda. He drives forward outside of the right foot flick. Touched away, and North Gwinnett's able to escape.
Mejia was there for the interrupt to keep Chimbanda from driving, and North Gwinnett now has a chance.
Penagos and Almanza combine to win it. Almanza recovers it once again. It goes off of him for a throw for the Blue Devils. Throw into midfield, cleared away by Mejia. It's another throw attempt for Norcross. Del Rio to take.
Now he'll leave it for Skylar Burke with the throw.
Tries to turn. Almanza commits the foul.
Salau tried to chest it down and then spin to his right to come down the touchline for it. So you get a foul there on Almanza. Now Chimbanda with the set piece.
Chimbanda's over at about 25 yards from goal, but all the way out on the left. He's going to get some help, maybe some instruction from Ernesto Chico. Chico seemed to be the creative one on set-piece opportunities for Norcross.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one who's drawing up the plans.
Chimbanda takes it. Good service from him. Headed away. And Wilson to clear for North Gwinnett. Teasing service from Chimbanda.
Chance here for North if they can get it organized.
Penagos gets on it at midfield. Tries to play the through ball, but it's cleared away by Jake Locker.
Nicely done.
North Gwinnett recovers it again for another opportunity. Penagos with a 1-2. Locker gets a touch to intervene. Goes back to Penagos. Can't settle it for the shot. He's trying to find an opening. Shot attempt wide.
Segura shot just wide.
Segura with that final shot. It was nice footwork from Penagos in traffic, but he couldn't find the opening. Segura did, but he does not test Carter Gable.
Gable had his eye on it the entire time, saw it go wide to his left, so goal kick as we're now in the 7th minute here in the second half.
Gable takes the goal kick to midfield. Salau gives it away. Mejia is taken away from him. Mejia does not commit the foul in recovering it, but he does give it away as Norcross takes it back. Scrappy midfield battle between Del Rayo and Mejia.
Del Rayo thought he could get a whistle out of that one, laid on the turf for a couple of seconds, realized the whistle wasn't coming from the center ref, got up and got back into the play.
Throwing on the far side for the Bulldogs. Norcross takes it away, forced backwards. Good pressure, but the Blue Devils get a throw. Good pressure from Segura. Blocks the escape route for Norcross. Throw in, given back away. It's a poor sliced attempt to play it long. North Gwinnett with a throw about 30 yards from the goal.
And Ernesto Chico was the one trying to clear it and ends up hitting it off the outside of his right boot.
Penagos plays it out wide to the left. Cross into the near post. Gable gets a touch. Can't clear, but Norcross is able to eventually get it out of their 18. Now they have an opportunity to break. Big sliding challenge from Almanza. He lifts the leg up at the end of it after he might have won the ball initially.
Yeah.
But Almanza does commit the foul at midfield. Free kick opportunity for Norcross.
Castellanos was on full sprint here on the near side, and it looked like Almanza had won it, and Castellanos tried to come over the top of him. And then the boot was raised there by Almanza, and you're going to get a free kick opportunity here for Norcross. Looks like Christian Trujillo will take.
Yeah, the leg going up from Almanza is what gets that free kick. It's going to be Trujillo, one of the center backs for the Blue Devils. He takes this long to the top of the 18, looking for the flick on. Headed back across. North Gwinnett's able to recover. Can they clear? Segura tries to. Chimbanda closes him down. Segura looks for an opportunity down the left. That's a good ball from Damian Segura.
Good settle.
Mejia settles it. Penagos back to Mejia down the left. Good break for the Bulldogs. Mejia skips past one shot. High and in. What a goal from Mejia.
Great turn. Set it up, and he wanted to line up that right boot. Sent an absolute rocket into the upper 90 on the far side. And we are in the 10th minute in the second half. 2-0 North Gwinnett on a tremendous shot from the Bulldogs.
A little bit of top spin on that one from Pedro Mejia. Beats Carter Gable. Gable might have gotten a touch on it, but Mejia goes into the far side netting. 2-0 for North Gwinnett at 31:29 left in the second half.
Mejia, the other two-goal scorer that comes back from 2019, joining Penagos there. 2 goals and 2 assists for Mejia in 2019. Now he, much like Penagos, has a goal on the board in 2020.
Norcross has to start opening things up now as they trail by 2. And here comes Castellanos. Tackled away from him by Segura. Cleared all the way out to Penagos, but it's too much for him to settle. Norcross tries to enter the final third. Chimbanda spins. Good work from him. Shot by Trevilla. Punched down. Offside flag goes up on Salau. Awkward save there from Parker Pierce. Nearly gave Salau an opportunity, but Salau was in an offside position on the initial shot.
Parried up in the air. He did have 2 defenders that were there with him. It was Neely and Rodas, but the offside flag saved the whole situation.
Pierce clears it long. Segura heads it on. Chimbanda's the one who settles it for Norcross. Segura defending. Chimbanda cuts it back inside. Del Rayo. Chimbanda. Sliding challenge from Segura. He gets a touch. Chimbanda tries to turn, but it's a throw for North Gwinnett. Almanza throws it backwards. Finds Almanza again. Now Segura. Wilson with a nice ball to the left side.
Nice switch.
Gets the overlapping run. Defended well by Chico. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Less than 30 minutes left. North Gwinnett's been able to extend the lead to 2-0. Penagos with the goal in the first half. Mejia with the goal in the second. Comes an opportunity for Withrow. He pulls it back. It falls to Penagos. Shot blocked at the top of the 6th. Second shot attempt by Withrow is cleared. Scrappy from Withrow, and he earns a throw 20 yards from goal.
Trevia lost the handle to start that entire possession and opportunity for North Gwinnett, but then Trevia at the end of it going against Withrow turns it and slows it all down in just a throw-in situation for North Gwinnett after all that.
Norcross tries to clear. Mejia keeps it in. Blue Devils are eventually able to clear to midfield. Salau can't get a handle on it. Almanza does. Mejia and Almanza with a little two-man game. Tackled away from Almanza, though, by Trujillo. Trujillo plays it long over the top looking for Salau. Can't get there. Parker Pierce gathers it in for the Bulldogs.
Trying to get something done long. Norcross, you mentioned having to get something done, having to kind of work in a bit of a hurry. 28.5 to go.
Pierce with the long punt. Headed away by Skylar Burke, and now a clearance for Norcross. Salau chasing. Can't settle it, but he does force a throw. Frank Neely had to play that one out.
Subs coming in for Norcross now.
Fresh legs coming back in. Chico leaves. Martinez Yanez leaves. Luke Grease and Rodrigo Ramirez, 2 starters, back on the field here in the second half for the Blue Devils. Another throw for Norcross. Chipped in by Burke. Top of the 18, headed down. Can't get a clean look at goal. Trevia plays it out wide to the right. Good defensive work by Rodas, but he concedes the throw. Norcross throw about 15 yards from goal on the far side. Could be a long throw here for the Blue Devils. They get it inside the 18, headed away. Mejia can't get a handle on it. Trujillo has it for the Blue Devils.
Good work by Del Rayo to get things squared back for Norcross here.
Chimbonda able to turn. He beats Wilson on the turn, but Almanza comes in to clear it away. Penagos, long ball from him. Norcross doesn't deal with it very well. Withrow driving into the 18, shot wide.
Luke Grease tried to head it down to settle it for that possession. But North Gwinnett, with the speed that we've seen with them tonight, had another chance to get it done, just sent high and off the left upright, 26-40 and counting.
Great look by Penagos out wide to Withrow. That speed had Luke Grease in a bad spot. His header wasn't enough. Withrow got a shot, but he did not test Parker Pierce. Wilson on it now at midfield. Plays it back to Neely. Neely under pressure by Castellanos. Cleared away. Norcross tries to win it for the second time. Almanza, nice pullback by him away from Salau.
Initial challenge by Skylar Burke sent it backwards, but North Gwinnett with the handle.
Neely to Almanza down the right side for the Bulldogs. Almanza plays it into Mejia. Can't make anything of it. Del Rayo recovers it for Norcross. Chimbonda at midfield, trying to turn. Goes all the way back to the back line and Jake Locker. Trevia, nowhere to go for him. Grease, long ball, goes out over the touchline.
Looks like another round of substitutions for Norcross at the next opportunity.
Getting to that point in the match where it's getting late, the legs are heavy, the lungs are full. Got to find some options if you're the Blue Devils, trailing by 2. Chimbonda crosses the midfield stripe, looking for the through ball. Doesn't get any help there. Neely with the clearance. Here comes Grease. Chimbonda trying to help, battling for it, digging for it. He earns a free kick.
On Segura that time.
Segura commits the foul on Chimbonda. Free kick about 10 yards inside the attacking half for the Norcross Blue Devils. 24:50 left here in this match. Norcross trailing 2-0 on the road. North Gwinnett trying to return to the state tournament. It was a good season for them last year, but they missed out with 11 wins. Ball played in by the Blue Devils, headed away by Neely. Mejia tries to turn, commits a foul, must have been a handball, and it's going to be a dangerous free kick here for the Blue Devils. This is within range. It's inside of 30 yards. Del Reo's over it. Chimbonda's over it. We've seen Chimbonda take most of these, but this is a shot attempt, and Osvaldo Del Reo might want a crack at it.
High line for North Gwinnett, mostly hovering around the 18.
Del Reo to Chimbonda. Chimbonda shot blocked 20 yards from goal. Withrow read that well. Blocked the shot from Chimbonda.
Had that one all the way, stepped out into the idea of where the shot wanted to come from.
Norcross with a throw about 10 yards inside their attacking half, but we get a substitution first.
So Terry Mars makes his first appearance. Number 24, Josh Trevilla, will take a seat temporarily.
Mars checks into a central midfield role for the Blue Devils. Throw in for the Bulldogs, 20 yards from their own goal. Norcross with everyone in the attacking half trying to pin the Bulldogs in.
Stepping in for the Dogs, number 22, Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams back into the match for North Gwinnett. Throw in incoming for the Bulldogs. Taking their time, letting the clock tick down. Throw-in comes into Williams. He goes backwards. Norcross battling for it. They can't come away with it. Here comes North Gwinnett down the right side.
Nicely
Coleman
done.
Sebastian chips it along. Trying to turn. Defended well by Christian Trujillo. And Trujillo earns the throw-in for the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
Chimbonda settles it. Long clear over the top. Looking for Salau. Neely has to give away the throw.
Didn't get all of it. Neely kind of missed on the follow-through. It ends up going off the outside of his right boot and ends up with a throw.
He's under pressure by Salau. Throw-in falls to Castellanos. He goes back to Del Reo. Del Reo skips past Sebastian. Chimbonda looks for Del Reo. The pass is too much, but it's cleared only as far as Skylar Burke. Skylar Burke switches it over to the right side. Mars heads it on. Salau can't get on the end of it. Parker Pierce there for the Bulldogs. North Gwinnett 2, Norcross 0. 21:40 left here in the match. Norcross has had a lot of the play tonight, but it's been North Gwinnett who's been more dangerous in the final third and has 2 goals to show for it.
Intense defensively for Norcross. Great effort from them, but it's been Norcross once again with a PK in the third, and then an absolute rocket from Mejia from outside the box here in the second half.
North Gwinnett on the ball down the left side looking for the cross. It's blocked away. It's not blocked away. It's a poor cross. It's a goal kick for the Blue Devils.
More substitutions coming in for North Gwinnett. Looks like it's going to be
Almanza and Neely are checking out.
Right. So you're going to see Joe West coming back in the game.
Ball goes off the referee, and North Gwinnett benefits from it. That goal kick was deflected into the back of the referee. Doesn't really lead to anything. Norcross has to clear. It's a throw for the Bulldogs, 10 yards inside their attacking half on the far side. Williams tries to turn. It's deflected away from him, and it does go off of Williams. Throw for Norcross. Headed back in at midfield. It's North Gwinnett who comes away with it. Williams can't find an opening, and Norcross can't keep it in on the far side at midfield. North Gwinnett takes the throw, pace of the game picking up a bit as Norcross getting a little desperate, looking to cut this lead in half.
I'm going to ask you about Norcross in the final 20 minutes here, having to pick up the pace a little bit. Castellanos loses his footing.
It's North Gwinnett right now driving forward. Penagos, one of your goal scorers, plays it inside. Sebastian gives it away. Norcross recovers it, but they give it away at midfield. Game getting a little scrappy here late in the second half. Norcross with the interception. Now they've got some numbers in an organized manner. Salau, it's a poor ball. They were looking for Salau, but that ball does not bend back into the run for him, and it's out for a throw.
Rodrigo Ramirez trying to have to lead the break there. You had Castellanos running down the middle channel. You had Ramirez trying to get everything working with Salau on the far side, off the outside of the boot again, back to North Gwinnett.
Big clearance by North Gwinnett, not risking anything, and it's a throw for Norcross. More substitutions coming for the Blue Devils.
Chimbanda is going to go. Castellanos is going to go.
This is the kind of sub about catching your breath for the final phase of the match. Castellanos and Chimbanda have both been very strong for Norcross. They're not going to be gone for long. We'll see them back here shortly. 18.5 left. North Gwinnett 2-0.
Mamadou Balde, number 6 in his first appearance, along with number 15, Sebastian Molina, making his first appearance in the evening here in the second half. 18.5 to go.
Joe West with the clearance for the Bulldogs. Another throw for Skylar Burke. To the edge of the 18. Salau with some pressure. They force another turnover. West has to clear it away. It's a deeper throw this time for Norcross. Del Reo leaves it for Burke. Burke looking for the flick on. It falls back to him. Burke left-footed cross. Popped up into the air. Easy for Parker Pierce.
Right up. No one really around him. You saw Molina make a late run to try to kind of jar Pierce a little bit. Didn't happen, so it's a goal kick and up into the air, center circle.
Pierce with the big punt. Penagos heads it along. Williams looking for it, can't find it. Norcross pops it up into the air, headed away by Wyatt Wilson for North Gwinnett. Norcross takes it over at midfield, looking for the through ball. Salau's chasing. Salau almost gets there. Good defending by the Bulldogs.
Once again, Joe West a part of that conversation, as well as
Cody Leach is the one who made the final tackle.
Yep. You're getting quality minutes again from the freshman for North Gwinnett tonight.
It's key to give these guys this time now. You need to get them ready because they'll be called upon at some point this season. If you can get them minutes here in a match at home, gets them ready for what's to come. North Gwinnett wins that Norcross throw. They pick out Penagos near midfield. Penagos by himself trying to get through 3. Can't do it. Norcross unable to keep it in on the far side. Throw for the Bulldogs.
Rodrigo Ramirez tried to keep it in, could not. More substitutions now for North Gwinnett. And it looks like sitting briefly are going to be Penagos and Segura. And it's going to be Kyle Black coming in. And Connor Pettis. So once again, the freshman midfielders, Connor Pettis 15, Kyle Black 16, coming in for North Gwinnett here.
We've seen both of them play some key minutes here in this match for North Gwinnett. North Gwinnett plays it long to midfield. Sebastian brings it back to Williams. Williams' pass is blocked, but he recovers it. Digs it out, too. That's good work from Ryan Williams, one of those freshmen. And North Gwinnett switches it over to the right side. Joe West chips it in looking for Sebastian. Only Carter Gable there for Norcross instead. Norcross on it right at midfield. Play down the left side. Skylar Burke driving forward. Burke to Salau. Salau pulls it back to the right foot. Pass behind the help he was looking for from Terry Mars. Mars is able to get on the end of it, though. Mars creates a chance down the right side. Kept in, but it falls right to North Gwinnett. Bulldogs looking for a way out down their left. They can't find it. They only give away the throw.
Looked like Ryan Williams was trying to get some work on the overlap over on the far side. Substitution coming back in for Norcross. Del Reo is going to sit for a little bit with 15 minutes to go. And it looks like Edgar Rios Lopez, number 18, makes his first appearance tonight.
Norcross with the throw right in front of their bench. And it's down the line. Cleared away. West with the clearance. Norcross with a throw about 15 yards from goal. Substitutions coming for both teams.
Looks like Christian Trujillo will leave briefly for Norcross. Connor Sebastian will be leaving for North Gwinnett. Withrow back in for North Gwinnett.
Here comes the throw on the far side for the Blue Devils. 14 minutes left. You need to cut into this lead to have a chance. Leach heads it away to the top of the box. Burke on it. Burke spinning to the right foot. Shot blocked by Leach. Looks like a foul there by Leach as he's trying to defend out on the touchline. Free kick for Norcross.
Great work for Cody Leach there, and it looks like Leach.
Clock stopped at 13:52 because Leach is going to see a yellow card.
And there, Leach will leave the field.
Yellow cards, you have to be substituted in Georgia high school rules.
He had the first challenge and went after the second one rougher than the first, and that's where the whistle came in. And back in is Frank Neely.
It's a free kick for Norcross right up against the touchline, 20 yards from goal. Blue Devils trying to figure out who's going to take this with Chimbonda out, with Ernesto Chico out.
Looks like Luke Grease.
Grease with the right-footed delivery. This is going to curl in on Parker Pierce. He wants to drop it in just outside the 6. It's a good ball. Opportunity on the backside, but the flag went up. Wouldn't have mattered. The shot was high. Great ball from Grease. But the run started just a little too early for Norcross.
In between the line and the keeper, Malik Salau had the run, but he was ahead of everybody, and that's why the flag goes up with 13 and a half to go.
It's a great look from Luke Grease, but Salau started just a little bit too early. He didn't test Pierce anyway. The shot was high. But a big opportunity for Norcross. They get nothing from it. Pierce with the goal kick to midfield. It's headed on. Pressure from the Bulldogs. Blue Devils able to escape. Looking for the way out. It's Omar Dimas. Big challenge. No foul called. Advantage played. Norcross attacks down the right. Neely gets an intervention there. Can't get possession just yet. Plays it up the line. Get some help from Mejia. Challenged by Balday. And Terry Mars can't keep it in for Norcross.
Great individual work there by Mejia, trying to maintain possession and spin out of trouble. More substitutions for North Gwinnett.
12 and a half left. Bulldogs holding on to a 2-0 lead. It's going to be a double clean sheet for North Gwinnett tonight over Norcross. The girls held on to a 1-0 win in the first game. Boys are up 2-0 here in the second.
Connor Pettis, great work at the far.
Pettis pulls it back to the top of the 18. Withrow on it. 1v1. He creates some space. Ball in, looking for the cross. Carter Gable's there to gather it.
Couldn't get anything behind it. He's trying to have to turn his body a little too much to get anything on it velocity-wise. Easy pickup.
Gable with the punt to midfield, poorly handled by North Gwinnett. Norcross earns a free kick about 40 yards from goal.
Looks like it's Connor Pettis this time with the whistle as he and Sebastian Molina were jousting for it.
Sebastian Molina didn't get there on the first one, but he recovered the second ball and earned the free kick. Just on the edge of the center circle in Norcross's attacking half. 11:20 left. Blue Devils trying to find something to get on the scoreboard. Looking for a long ball here. North Gwinnett, the line at the top of the 18. Looks like it's going to be a yellow card as North Gwinnett was delaying that kick.
Yep, Connor Pettis.
Connor Pettis, the freshman, just kept stepping in closer. Honestly, pretty smart from Pettis because he ran a lot of clock by doing it. He takes the yellow card and has to be substituted. Penagos is back in the match. He was likely coming back anyway.
Yep. So as we're getting down to close to 11 minutes to go, good gamesmanship there by North Gwinnett.
Free kick delivery played in, top of the 18, headed away by North Gwinnett. Back in, chipped in, looking for Salau. Easy pickings for Parker Pierce.
Evan Smith trying to get it in. Once again, you have folks like Sebastian Molina trying to give chase. And the clock right now is the biggest thing going against Norcross down 2-0.
Big left-footed punt from Pierce. It's headed back, falls to Wyatt Wilson. Sloppy pass from him trying to send Neely down the left. Throw in for Norcross. Mars tackled away from him by Wilson, makes up for that pass. Norcross recovers at midfield. Ball played in, cleared away by West. Norcross heads it down. Played into the attacking half. It's Wilson on it, but we have a Norcross player down at 10:10 on the clock. Norcross coach and trainer come out to check on. Is it Chimbanda down again?
Let's take a look when we have the
player down at 10:08 on the clock.
Full jersey turn. It looks like it's the right calf, probably a cramp.
Definitely a cramp. It's early in the season. These players have went through conditioning. You've had some preseason scrimmages, but nothing can replicate what a match is like, especially when you're in the situation of Norcross as you're fighting and fighting and fighting to try to get back into this match.
No real rest for Norcross either. Friday night, it's the doubleheader at Mill Creek, so you go from here in a Gwinnett County rivalry game on a Tuesday night. Then you've got a quick turn to go to Mill Creek, and then you host Carrollton in a week's time over at Norcross. So it's a very busy week for the Blue Devils here.
That's a very busy season because that's how it runs in Georgia high school soccer. You get no chance to recover. Games typically on Tuesdays and Fridays. You get a few other days of the week thrown in sometimes, but you're playing 2 games a week. You're practicing every other day. It's a very condensed sprint of a season, and these are the types of things that can happen. You get those muscle pulls. You get those hamstrings. You get these cramps early in a season.
Looks like Kofi Aduro is trying to get in some warming up for Norcross rather quickly as they continue to treat the player who's down for Norcross. And we talked about last year, Norcross 9-8-1, 3-3 in region under Frank Pitt. He's in his 4th year. North Gwinnett, you mentioned the 11-win season, 11-4-1, 3-3 in region as well under Chris Leone. Leone, I think, is in his 3rd season for North Gwinnett. So you're seeing coaches who, in Chris Leone, who knows what it's like to play in Gwinnett County, knows what the level of competition has been like, and having the chance to continue to coach in Gwinnett County after his graduation and playing days are done. And the player who was down was Malik Salau.
He went pretty much the whole way. I don't remember Salau really going over to the bench at all tonight. Yeah. Salau is up. He's walking off under his own power, but that calf has cramped up completely. I don't think we'll see him back with 10:08 left.
And number 19, Kofi Aduro.
Number 19, Kofi Aduro.
And we'll see him for the first time. Seeing a lot of folks for Frank Pitt tonight who are getting reps here in their first match of the season that counts in wins and losses. They had the scrimmage with Grayson back on Friday night with both the girls and the boys, and it's played back by Kofi Aduro, and North Gwinnett's Parker Pierce will bring it back in play.
Drop ball is the restart. Aduro plays it back to Pierce. And North Gwinnett, Parker Pierce with the left-footed punt to midfield. Less than 10 left. Mars chases it down for Norcross, but Ryan Williams, the freshman for North Gwinnett, on it. His pass is blocked away. He was looking for the overlapping run of Frank Neely. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Throw in taken quickly, looking for Segura. Popped up to his hand. Free kick for Norcross. Free kick about 15 yards inside Norcross's own half. North Gwinnett drops everybody deep. Norcross is going to play this long, look for a knockdown. At the size of Kofi Oduro up top now. Doesn't get to him, and North Gwinnett's able to recover. Segura first to Wilson. Wilson dribbles past Mars, picks out Segura, plays it back inside. Good composure from North Gwinnett, so they don't want to give anything away. Neely with the big clearance. Over the top. Panago's chasing, forces Gable into a giveaway. Throw in for the Bulldogs, about 25 yards from goal.
Throw in for the Dogs.
Withrow takes it. Penagos can't settle. It's cleared, looking for Oduro. Oduro gets a hand on that pass. Free kick for North Gwinnett at midfield.
Every whistle takes that much time off of the clock that Norcross won't have the ball to try to go after this 2-goal deficit.
Kyle Black with the big switch. Cross comes in looking for Penagos. Black gets ahead on the clearance. Oduro now tries to settle it down. Withrow takes it away. Good spin from Withrow.
Nicely done.
Withrow skipping down the right side of the field. Cuts it in. Cross is blocked at the top of the 6.
Evan Smith prevented the chance inside the 6, but it ends up being a corner as we're now under 8.
Blue Devils captain Evan Smith with a big defensive intervention, but it's a short corner for the Bulldogs. Cross in from Withrow to the back post, headed straight up, headed away by Norcross. They try to find an escape route down the right. Oduro trying to get on the end of it. He can't. Rodas beats him to it. Played all the way back. That's going to be a corner for Norcross.
Corner kick.
Awkward pass back down the line by North Gwinnett, and they concede the corner. Norcross is going to send almost everybody up on this one.
You saw Oduro chasing there. He's going to leave it. Let's see who takes the corner for Norcross. Looks like it's going to be Omar Demas running very, very quickly to the far corner flag.
It's very smart by North Gwinnett to leave Penagos up here. You see so many teams in a situation drop everybody, which just invites everybody from the opposition to go attack the corner. With Penagos staying out, that's forced Norcross to keep 2 back to defend him. You see the pile up inside the 6. Corner taken to the top of the 18.
Nice intercept.
Well read by Ryan Williams. Williams heads it away from Grease to Penagos. Penagos at midfield on the far side. Dribbles past the first defender, pulls it back to wait for some help. Give away, both players slip. Players charging in right at midfield. It's won by Sebastian Molina for Norcross. Norcross looking for Oduro. He can't settle it. Cleared away by Frank Neely. Throw in for the Blue Devils. 6 minutes left. Trailing by 2. North Gwinnett trying to hold on to that 2-goal lead. Oduro can't control it, can't keep it. North Gwinnett with a throw. They'll take their time here.
Oduro wants the ball, and it looks like he's going to want it wherever he can grab it. And he's going to really try to assert his physicality and his speed, but right now North Gwinnett has him in check.
Inside 5.5 left now. Once you get past 5 minutes in Georgia High School, and this is a new rule, substitutions will cause the clock to be stopped. You can't run clock by just constantly subbing guys in. North Gwinnett with a throw deep in their defensive third. Norcross with everybody stepping up high to defend.
And Joe West more than happy to take some time off the clock.
West throws it back to Neely. Neely with a poor half-volleyed clearance.
He knew it.
Gives away the throw. Demas drops it back on the throw. He's going to leave this for Evan Smith. Smith going to get a running start here. Looking for the long throw, probably to the near post. Goes to the penalty spot instead. Mars gets ahead on it. Falls to Grease. Grease with the shot over the bar. Good opportunity for Luke Grease, but he does not test Parker Pierce.
Settled it down, had that one beat, then tried to launch it and got under it just a bit too much. Sends it over. Oscar Gamez, number 10, is now in, as Rodrigo Ramirez will take a seat for Norcross as we're now coming up at 4:20.
Goal kick taken by Parker Pierce. Plays it short to the top of the 18 as Norcross had dropped off. Pass given away. Molina intercepts, but Neely recovers it for North Gwinnett. Withrow dribbles inside. Risky from Withrow, but he combines well. Joe West on it now. West plays it inside to Wyatt Wilson. Wilson looking for Withrow. It's behind him. Throw for Norcross. Midfield. Oduro heads it back down to Demas. Demas with the big switch. Mars with a flick on. But it's North Gwinnett who comes away with it. Locker heads it along for Norcross. Norcross gives it away at midfield. Opportunity for North Gwinnett to put this thing away. Segura. Penagos looking for Segura. Headed away by Norcross. High boot by Oduro. That's going to be a free kick opportunity for North Gwinnett. Indirect here from about 30 yards.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Obviously, North Gwinnett not going to be in any kind of a rush.
Coming up for the Dogs.
Right at 3 minutes now. 4 players for the Bulldogs have a discussion about it.
Complete convention there for North Gwinnett.
Might have broken out rock, paper, scissors. It's indirect, so they take the touch. Shot on over the goalkeeper and in. What a goal for North Gwinnett. They take advantage of the indirect free kick. Norcross caught napping, and it finds the back of the net.
Gorgeous work there. Sets it up. Got under it just enough with the perfect angle. Same location as goal number 2 by Mejia. Same upper 90 on the far side. Makes it 3-0 with 2:44 to go.
It's an indirect kick because of the high boot by Oduro. North Gwinnett just rolls it along to get the ball moving, and Carter Gable caught off his line.
Goal given to Wyatt Wilson there. Wyatt gets his first goal in a North Gwinnett jersey, having only 1 assist last year as a sophomore.
Withrow on a long dribbling run here. He pulls it back, puts a defender on the ground. Left-footed cross in, headed onto the back post.
Oh!
And it finds the back of the net. North Gwinnett rolling 4-0. I think that was a header looking for the flick onto the back post. He'll claim it no matter what. It gets over Carter Gable. 4-0 to the Bulldogs.
2 goals in 29 seconds. North Gwinnett, sometimes when it's your night, it's your night. And right now, it is the Bulldogs' night at Tom Robinson with 4 on the board in a Gwinnett County rivalry game.
Ryan Williams, the freshman, who's had a big night in his debut here at North Gwinnett, gets a goal to show for it. 4-0 to the Bulldogs. That was all started by a long dribbling run by Jason Withrow's. Had a big night as well. Strong performance from the Bulldogs. 1-0 on the girls' side, 4-0 with just over 2 minutes left on the boys' side. What a start to the season for North Gwinnett.
Penagos with the penalty in minute number 3. Handful of minutes in the second half. Mejia scores to make it 2-0. Then you have the Wilson goal and the Williams goal about a half a minute apart. And that's where we are right now. Throw in for Norcross as we're now under 2 minutes, coming up on 100 seconds to go. And it has been a great night if you're a fan of North Gwinnett.
Blue Devils won't be happy with how this one's finishing, but there's a lot to hang their hat on, too, as they look forward to the rest of the season. They'll be back in action on Friday. They dominated most of the first half. Second half, North Gwinnett made some adjustments and just got a little simpler with the way they attacked. They get the breakthrough from Mejia, which is just a spectacular goal, and then they get a couple as Norcross is starting to lose their focus a little bit at the end of the match.
You know, we looked at the tenacious defense that Norcross showed in that first half. It created opportunities. None ended up in the back of the net. But I think that if you're Frank Pitt, I think you're looking at how your defense responded against North Gwinnett. You're on the road in a rivalry game. It's stuff that you can work with going forward. And it's just moments like we had in that 30 seconds with Wilson and Williams, sometimes it just ends up going over your head in the back of the net.
If you're Norcross, you're looking back at how you played in the first half, not so much how you played in the second. Also had a couple of injuries in the second half. Salau had to leave the match. That played into it a bit, but the Bulldogs have been very, very strong in closing this one out. They've built throughout the match. They got the goal early from Penagos, kind of against the run of play, as North Gwinnett now just running the clock out. About 10 seconds left. Parker Pierce and Ben Brink combine on the clean sheet for North Gwinnett. They move to 1-0 on the season with a 4-0 win over county rivals Norcross.
Last year it was a 1-goal win, 2-1. This year it's 4-0 on the boys' side, so it's a clean sweep at Tom Robinson for the Bulldogs over the Blue Devils.
What's coming up next for North Gwinnett on Friday?
North Gwinnett on Friday, they have... So, of course, I'm sitting here looking for the schedule now. You got me. I knew what Norcross was going on with Mill Creek.
All right, let's rewind. What does Norcross have coming up on Friday?
Norcross on Friday has action at Mill Creek in Hushton. So that's going to be a really tough match for them. So for North Gwinnett, it is at Brookwood Community Stadium. Tough place to play, but it's going to be, once again, county rivalries heading on Friday. Norcross and Mill Creek, North Gwinnett and Brookwood.
Big start to the season for the Bulldogs. Aggregate score tonight, boys and girls, 5-0 for North Gwinnett. What a start to the year. What a start to the year for the Soccer Down Here Game of the Week. Next week, you'll be in the hands of John Nelson and Jessica Charman live from McIntosh High School in Peachtree City as they host Lambert. Girls action starts at 5:30, boys action at 7:30. Thanks to everybody who listened to our first live soccer broadcast here on Soccer Down Here for Georgia High School action. For John Nelson, I'm Jason Longshore. Have a good night, everybody.